Always starts with the face and goes out from there. I made bed frames for 9 years. I would sit on the sidewalk and draw and sell little prints. I started doing sand sculptures, painting in bars, in basements, showing work in local galleries and wherever I could, trying to get somewhere where I could get out of that job.
Well, when did you finally say, I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to do art?
Well, getting married helped. If I didn't make enough money that month, we could cover each other. But then it just took off. And then I met you, and that really helped.
We met, I can't even remember it. I think it was around 2002 or 3 or 4, sometime in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at a biotech company and losing my mind, and I just completely was on the edge of questioning why I was doing everything I was. Well, somehow art fell onto my lap, and you were one of the first artists whose work drew me into that. And I contacted you, and you were emailing me back, and we were talking like best friends after a half a day. So over the years, you've got sand sculpture, sidewalk drawings, sketching and drawing, painting, sculpting. And also photography has ended up being a really important part of your art making. And you're an amazing photographer, not just when you shoot your own art, but just out and about when you're walking around.
Well, to me, that's the end. And that's how it was with sand sculpting, because I'd make something and I would work right on the edge of the water, and the water would just wash it away really quickly. They were like drawings in the sand, and then I'd take a photo of them, and the photo would be the finished product. And that's kind of how all my work is now. The photo, to me, is the end, and that's what I'm left with usually. Left with nothing but a photograph, but very satisfying. Working outside is great. It's like a meditative place.
But you were drawing on almost anything that you could find.
I really liked cardboard because I could get it at my work. Big sheets of really nice cardboard. I was addicted to charcoal on cardboard for years. I wanted to do tattoos. All my friends do tattoos and run tattoo shops. And I just would draw in that way. I
still have the first 2 puppets that I got from you. Those will probably be buried with me. You did marionettes almost exclusively. It was for 5, maybe even 6 solid years. I still run into people that say, you have a Scott Radke marionette?
I guess it was just different. I don't know why, because they weren't real wood carved marionettes from Paris. They were more sculpture based. I just liked them as a sculpture piece with strings.
I was always surprised by how differently they could be posed. Wherever I would move to, when I got to a new space, when I was finally settled in, the exciting thing was okay, I get to hang the puppets now. It was like a ritualistic thing. And then you hang them, and they would be posed kind of in a way dictated by the space. Mm-hmm. And they'd always be different.
Yeah, it is nice. It's like a posable sculpture. And then with painting, I did a lot of painting too. I just never felt comfortable combining sculpture and painting. Is the marionettes solved that, and even more so what I'm doing now, painting the entire thing.
Back then, when you were in Tremont, you were doing murals on sides of buildings or on
anywhere.
Concrete or restaurants or whatever.
Wherever someone would let me do it.
And that was acrylics or house paints or whatever.
Anything.
You had. Yeah, anything. And you were doing that on buildings with or without permission?
Usually someone would say, you can do what you want on this wall, and I'd just use it.
And a lot of them are still there.
Some of them.
Yeah. And now sculpture, where you live most of your time, is sculpting, which includes designing the clothing, essentially, which includes painting.
After the puppets was mostly just animal shapes with human faces. I spent a lot of time in the woods as a kid, just exploring, and I just always had a million pets, just drawn to it, making them more personal than just an animal, putting a human face on them at the time. It's a little different than what I'm doing now, but I'm staying right where I'm at. I like it.
Now, all these years, all these pieces you've made, all the photography you've done, you've never made an art book.
Nope.
We've talked about making an art book for at least 10 years.
It's nice to have not done it, because now I have a lot you can put into one. And I don't plan on doing many books. I just want to cover a lot of things in one. Maybe I can put however many years together and just keep going, but it's like a nice ending to what I've done up until now.
So one of the things that we're doing with this Kickstarter to try to make this really big, massive art book with all your works from the beginning up to now is we're offering prints. I know you don't offer prints very often, but we've got some prints, a shirt. And I think the last time you made a shirt was like 7-8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some sketches available, like sketches that you've made of works. And of all things, we're going to make a calendar, which is awesome. 12 months of your images with, if we can do it, some stuff from your biography in the calendar as well. And it'll be a good complement to the book as well.
Thank you, everyone, for supporting me for however long it's been. To be able to do what I do, it's priceless, and I never take it for granted. I don't have a problem being inspired. And working in a factory for 9 years helped because it's either this or that. I don't really have anything else to fall back on, or there's really nothing else I want to do.